Hey everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Ludy Bros NBA. We're talking about the Eastern Conference, the playoff matchup, and the picture how it was looking before the NBA had to go on to its hiatus right now. Big bro Lamar Ludy, little bro Logan Ludy's here. He's going to give us the matchups. We'll go a brief overview over how things were looking in the Eastern Conference. And in a future video, we're going to come back and we're going to take a specific look at each matchup and see how it breaks down. So Logan, why don't you give us the standings, how everything was playing out before the NBA had to go to break?
All right, so right now sitting, it's Bucks Magic 1-8, Raptors Nets 2-7, Celtics Sixers 3-6, and Heat Pacers 4-5.
Okay. So we just saw the Bucks and the Lakers not too long before the break. Bucks are looking strong, and they've got the draw with the Magic. What do you think about the Magic?
I mean, the Magic are okay. Aaron Gordon is pretty good, but I mean, the Magic, they're okay. They have Vucevic. They're a decent team. They're a playoff team. They're in the Eastern Conference. There's not too many teams that are that great for the Eastern Conference, but I mean,
especially
going up against the Milwaukee Bucks.
You're saying that for them being the 8th seed, they're ahead of the Wizards. They're 30-35, and the Wizards are 24-40. So we're seeing the Magic kind of separating away in that 8th seed, away from the 9th and the last 4 teams in the Eastern Conference. But like you just said, you're running into the Bucks in the first round. I don't know how that's going to play out for you. Giannis is a monster. Moving over to the next matchup is the Raptors.
Markelle Fultz.
Oh, Markelle Fultz. Yeah. I drew a blank on that guy because he can't shoot. We got the Raptors and the Nets in the next round. Nets are interesting.
They are.
The Raptors have the championship pedigree coming into this matchup, so they're looking good, and I think those guys have a lot to prove since Kawhi left. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they have a bunch to prove really, because I think a lot of those, especially that second round series last year where Kawhi saved them at the end of Game 7 from the Sixers, that was big. That could have been a big difference for the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
So. The Net, this is a series they should win. I mean, there's no Kyrie, there's no Kevin Durant playing yet,
right?
Especially since Kyrie's, is out with surgery now. But it should be a series the Raptors should win.
Right,
and
I agree with you.
On to the next round. I mean, the Nets are a strong team. They're a strong team. They're a strong playoff team. But without Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, they're going to do all but so much.
Right, that's true. The next matchup is a really exciting one. My personal team is involved in this one. We got the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, the reason why I think that this is going to be an exciting matchup, the Sixers in the regular season, and I know that you can't count too much on the regular season, but still, in the regular season, the Sixers have given the Celtics fits. And as a Celtics fan, I can say that it's been a tough matchup for my squad. What do you think about this matchup between the Sixers and the Celtics?
Well, this matchup, I think is going to go right down the middle. Realistically, I mean, they need to get Ben Simmons. Hopefully, with this hiatus, Ben Simmons and Embiid will be fully healthy, if they want to resume for playoffs. But I think it's going to go right down the middle. I mean, the biggest weakness, in my opinion, for the Celtics is their lack of having a big man. They really don't have. I mean, Tice is okay. Tice is a solid player, but he's a solid player, but he's not stopping Joel Embiid realistically.
Right.
And I think the Celtics are lacking a little bit in depth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gordon Hayward, I think he needs to be. Does he come off the bench or is he starting?
He starts.
Okay, I think he needs to be moved to the bench for bench production because the Celtics bench is okay. It does its job here and there, but I just think Ben, just the size of the Sixers may prove to be the Celtics' weakness.
Okay, well that's a good interesting pick because this is the first time so far as we've gone through these matchups that we see the lower seed getting possibly getting one over on the upper seed in one of the Ludy Bros minds. For me, like I already said, the Celtics is my team. I don't see the Sixers being able to beat them. I think that the home court advantage is going to be something that's important. And I think that the Celtics are a little bit deeper than people give them credit for. Remember, Kemba Walker's been hurt, and we've been having Marcus Smart starting, and he's been balling out of his mind. Bring back Kemba Walker, who's a 20-point-per-game player. Moving Marcus Smart back to the bench after getting a lot of minutes is going to strengthen our bench. And I do have some things about Brad Stevens' rotation that I would like to see maybe changed or improved upon. but I do think that the Celtics would be able to hold serve in this matchup and get over on the Sixers. I think Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, there's something missing from those two guys as a duo. I think there's something missing from those two. But we'll get more into that in a future video.
Yeah.
And the last matchup we have in the Eastern Conference is the Heat and the Pacers. And Lil Bro, I know you've been kind of high on the Heat lately.
I have been. I don't know what it is. Every team Jimmy Butler's been on, they're just automatic playoff contenders. I mean, like I said in a previous video, I'm a Chicago Bulls fan.
Mm-hmm.
I love Jimmy Butler. I watched him grow when he got drafted, and then he upped his game every year, got himself an all-star. He was an all-star for my Chicago Bulls, got us to the playoffs a couple of years, and then all of a sudden we traded him, and I thought that was the worst mistake ever because my Bulls have been pretty much garbage ever since.
Yeah,
but every team has been on
remember when they made that
Minnesota.
trade. One second real quick. I remember when they made that trade, and I was just like, not sure what those guys were thinking. I mean, he's someone that you can definitely build around. Sorry to interrupt you, but he's definitely somebody that you can build around going into the future. So please continue.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and every team is Minnesota. His first year, they go to the playoffs. Then next year he gets traded to Philadelphia. They're almost beating the Raptors in the second round into Game 7. Then he's on the Heat. They were rolling for most of the year. They were like either between 1, 2, and 3. Now, I know they dropped to 4 recently, but still, it was a close race until the season got canceled. And then, and a lot of the Heat's pieces, like Adebayo, he's playing well. That rookie they drafted this year, he's shooting lights out.
Right.
And they have a lot of pieces that are playing well. A lot of players trying to prove something. And then Indiana, they're starting to get healthy again.
Oladipo is back for Indiana.
Oladipo, yeah, he just came back. He just came back a month or two ago from an injury, and
he's playing.
And they got Malcolm Brogdon.
Mm-hmm.
They have a nice backcourt.
The Pacers are a little overlooked team in the Eastern Conference. I think that they'd probably be my dark horse pick in the Eastern Conference is the Indiana Pacers. Victor Oladipo, getting him back, getting him healthy, that's a big step in the right direction for that team. That gives you somebody who can close. It gives you somebody who can carry a pretty heavy workload, especially if he's coming back from injury and he's 100% healthy. They're definitely my dark horse team, and I can't wait to take a closer look at that matchup at the 4-5. I think that's a very, very exciting matchup. Jimmy Butler and Oladipo going at it, 2 shooting guards. I think that one's going to be a potential 7-game series with a lot of excitement going back and forth. All right, well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here as we checked out the Eastern Conference, the standings, and the potential playoff matchups. Please turn your notification bell on because we're going to take an in-depth look at each matchup. We're going to go position by position breakdowns and see how the teams match up, and we'll give you our picks to help all you gamblers out there. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.